So after running a cold email agency for 14 months, I have decided to start all over. Do away with my previous sales system to build a whole new one, an obvious better one. So you might be wondering, why is this guy doing this? I'm doing this to document my entire journey on how to start and scale an agency. I'm showing people like me that obviously share the same circumstances as I did, how to create an actual agency business model that runs with the ability to sign clients from across the globe or from the comfort of your home and be your own boss, of course. So if that sounds like you, sit tight as I deliver on my promise today, showing you how to get clients through cold email as a complete beginner. Hi, my name is Christian Fondo, an agency founder based in Lagos, bootstrapping my agency to $10,000 a month while documenting my entire journey on YouTube. So subscribe to follow along. So how to get clients through cold email as a beginner. I'm just going to make myself small. So the very first step is to build a static website with a video sales letter, and this gets most times it gets ignored because people just feel maybe they could use the social media as a website, or they don't need to have a website. Or we see cases where people have a website but there's no video sales letter. If you go to my website right now, dtcheadquarters.com, directly under my bold statements helping you add 10 to 20 qualified sales meetings to your calendar, all done for you month over month, the very next thing here is my sales letter. And if you click this video, you would see me explaining my services, how we do it, who we do it for, and how it works. Like, we explain like everything. So whoever lands on this website goes down just a little and watches this video already have like a substantial amount of explanation of what I can do for them. So a lot of people just use maybe their Instagram as this, and this is like the very first step. I would have skipped this, but I think this just has to come in for anything to happen. And step 2, get 5 to 10 burner domains. So we are now getting into the nitty gritty part of building a good outbound sales system. And the idea with burner domains is to disassociate your primary domain from your burner domain in terms of reputation. So for example, since you are going to be sending massive cold emails now, we're talking 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, depending on your system of operation. You would want to make sure that you never send a cold email from your primary domain, because that's where your client communicates with you. That's where you use to register most of your softwares. That's even where you even get your, maybe your Stripe invoice and all the payment stuff, all those good stuff. So you never want to make sure that kind of email get burned. So you never want to send a cold email from your primary domain. And again, I think we all have only one primary domain, so how many emails can you send from one domain? So in cold email, we scale horizontally. So instead of sending 100 cold email from one inbox, we have 10 inbox sending 20 emails. So that way the inboxes can last you a way longer time, and then your primary domain will still be fine. For example, now at my agency, I have tried DTCHQ, I have DTCHQ, and I have it's an unknown link, sorry, and I have DTC leads and etc. But the idea is that they are all forwarded to my primary domain. So let's say, for example, somebody Googles try DTCHQ, pops in that URL on the browser, it automatically redirects them to dtcheadquarters.com. So that way it's still linked, but in terms of reputation, they are not linked. So for example, I have 5 burner domains. So if one get burned, I still have 4, and I can just go get one new one. So that way, like, my system is always still pretty solid. I'm not really relying on just one domain. Like, I have a lot of domain scattered around, just sending just a substantial amount of cold email every day. So step 3, set up 2 to 3 users per each domain. Remember earlier we talked about my burner domains, which are dtcleads.com, dtchq.com, etc. A minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3. If anybody asks you, says Christian said that's what Christian said, they should come and meet me and I'll defend it. So for example, I'm Christian, so one of my emails is christian@dtcleads.com, and the other one is christian@dtc, christian.u. I'm also Ufondo, by the way, Christian Ufondo. So I'm christian.u at dtcleads.com, and then make sure you have all the proper SPF, DKIM records, DMARC records set up properly. So these are just like, really technical stuff. I'm not going to go deep into the technicality of, cold email in this video, but the idea of these records is to improve your deliverability, so that way your email gets delivered in the inbox. They don't land in promotion, or they don't land in social or updates. We want to prioritize, the main inbox. Step 4, set up your cold outreach tool and start warming up your inboxes. As you can see here, I have a bunch of, this is my own email, and I use Rich Inbox for example. But I typically recommend either Smart Leads or Instantly or Rich Inbox. So the 2 email accounts from each domain, you then hook them up to a sending platform, because you really don't want to be sending cold emails one by one from each Gmail. Like, you log in the Gmail, you send the cold email from one, you max that one, you log in another Gmail, you send the cold email. No, that's the idea of all these tools. You hook up all your sending accounts to them, and then that way they can mass outreach the cold email, and then when a response comes in, it's like a union box, as they like to call it, where you can then see all the emails as they come in. So you don't have to be logging in each inbox to check if you got a response. Everything just comes, directly in this tool. And I recommend, after hooking it up, I recommend every new account should be warmed up for a minimum of 14 days. Because just think about it, you're getting a new email, you're getting a new domain, you're getting a new business domain, business email with that domain. You don't want to be ramping 150 inboxes from the very first day. Come on, it's rocket science. Your emails will start to get back to spam, and obviously, again, gets in the spam folder. So you want to make sure you warm your email account at least for 14 days. So when I mean warm up, I mean, for example, now this tool, they have like a pool of people in the tool. So when I join the pool and I turn on warm up, the tool automatically sends email with other people in the tool back and forth. Send email, respond, send email, respond, mark as important, open. So that way, a new email is no longer a so new email again. There's still a new email, but there's already traction, and that's what we're looking for, ahead of our cold email campaigns. So step 5 will be crafting your ICP sheet. And when I mean ICP, I mean ideal customer profile. You can see in this, graphic I provided, this is where you then, go with a pen. Now, this is the time for a pen and a book. You write it down, okay, who do you want to target? For example, now, I sell cold email as a service to B2B companies, and my ideal client is SaaS founders. I like to work with, people that own software as a service businesses, either the founders or the CMOs or either co-founder, whichever. So I have, and obviously based in North America or top tier European countries. So I have my ICP age, maybe 30 to 50, industry, software, information tech, location. I said that company size, I like to work with medium-sized companies, typically around 10 to 50, employee size, and daily job obviously founder, income, maybe at least above $1 million a year, which is, pretty fair. So when I have this down, that then takes me to the next step. And the next step will be go script the leads. We have formed the ICP. We've done the whole technical setup. We have gotten our ICP sheet already. We know who we want to go after. So that way, it's already easier to feed in softwares like Apollo, which is what I typically recommend because it's cheapest to start with. And it's a credit-based system, so you don't have to be paying month over month for what you're not using. You're paying for the exact number of leads you're pulling out, and then you pay for those leads. So with Apollo, you just go put your ICP, they have parameters there, like job titles, founders, co-founder and CMO, location, North America, Europe, obviously, and company size, maybe as I mentioned, 11 to 50. You input all those things here, and then Apollo's pitch you a list of people that matches the ICP. And just to put out there, how Apollo does that is by putting out the information directly from LinkedIn. So although your prospect has a LinkedIn account, their information can automatically get pulled from there. And so the final step, which is Step 7. After 14 days, launch your campaign and start booking meeting. Everything is set up. You've done your website properly. You've gotten your domains. You've gotten your email account. You've crafted the ICP. You've done the technical setup. They're already warming up. And then after 14 days, you can then launch your campaign and then watch as the meeting starts to flow. We've come to the end of this amazing video, and next I will show you how to do each of the steps mentioned in details in the coming weeks, and also what to say on the call when you get in front of a potential client. Like, I'll tell you literally everything to say word for word when you get on the call with the client. So you want to subscribe so you don't miss any of the value I'll be dropping soon. And don't forget to maybe like this video if you found it useful. Once again, I remain truly grateful for your time, and I promise to make the next time worth your while.